Hi friends, strangers, internet. My name is EmilyHanhan. I love colorful makeup and colorful language. And I'm back with like my favorite video to do, which is new makeup nonsense bingo. So if you are perhaps new here or it's your first time clicking on my video and you're curious what the fuck was going on here, one, if you missed the intro, I love colorful language. So hi, how are ya? Ew, I'm sorry, that just never mind. Okay. Wow, I've done this intro a couple times now and I'm flailing every time, so we're just gonna keep it moving. Okay, so new makeup nonsense bingo. Well, this is one part will I buy it, one part anti-haul, one part bingo game, one part drinking game. So if all of those things sound interesting to you, I hope you'll stick around. Or if you like colorful makeup, sassy opinions, and generally cute fat babes, I also recommend sticking around because that's what my channel is all about. If you're over here from Theresa, first of all, welcome. I would love for you to subscribe, follow along with all of these shenanigans, and if you're not here from Theresa and you just randomly found me, hi. Or if you're an old viewer, long-time viewer, hi. As you can tell, I'm kind of struggling with this intro, so again, we're just gonna keep moving. We're gonna barrel through. Anyway, new makeup nonsense bingo. This is done in collaboration with Theresa is Dead, who is an amazing creator, does a lot of makeup content, but also just has ridiculous stories, a life that I would have never imagined another human could have in terms of all of the weirdness. And she just recently hit 40,000 subscribers, which, like, holy shit. I'm so excited for you, Theresa. Okay, she is a friend, but I'm a fangirl. Like, oh, you might have just heard my neck crack. I'm also older. Not old per se, but older. I don't know what this mood is today, but you're getting, I guess, a full throttle, Emily. Like, I only had a sip of my beverage. Now two, but I'm trying to apologize less, so this is just who I am. Okay, so new makeup nonsense bingo. Third time I'm trying to describe this. Well, I told you. It's basically will I buy it, but we have bingo cards. We take drinks when we hit a spot on the bingo card, but we also just drink throughout the video. And most importantly, this is an open video. What does that mean? You want to make a new makeup nonsense bingo video? Fucking make it. You have my blessing, you have Theresa's blessing. We have our bingo cards linked in every description box of these videos. We have hashtags you can use. We have a community playlist. If you just DM me on Instagram or Twitter, I can add your videos to the community playlist. If you're looking for more of these videos to watch, definitely go check out the community playlist. I'll have it linked up here as well. So basically, Theresa and I collaborate in the way that we are picking from the same pool of products, but in random order. The random.org goddesses tell me what I'm going to talk about, and they have told Theresa what she's going to talk about. So Theresa picked all of the pictures this time around because she is amazing, and so I don't even really have an idea of what we're going to be talking about, but I'm gonna go through right now on the screen so you can see the prospects, and then we'll go through and play a game, and hopefully I'll hit bingo before I'm wasted. Also, if you are not a drinker, if you are more of a smoker, or if you want to play this with, like, fucking take a bite of cake every time you hit a spot on the bingo card, or if you don't need any rewards, you just want to play the game, whether you're playing in a video or in real life, like, the alcohol is not a restriction mandatory to play this. Okay. Whew. Don't know what's going on today, but let's get into the new makeup nonsense bingo. The first release that made me go what the fuck, and then kind of made me go is HipDots collaboration with Tapatio. Yes, you heard me say a hot sauce brand. Yes, HipDot, the brand that is pretty much well known for weird ass collaborations. Can we say SpongeBob SquarePants? And even, well, I'm not going to call the CashApp collaboration weird. I kind of wanted that. I would still take it if it was gifted to me. Anyway, they're just one of those brands that makes me go, what? So they've collaborated with Tapatio. They have 2 different eyeshadow palettes, and then they have 6 different mini glosses. This is where you got me. Almost. Maybe. Maybe. Because they're tiny hot sauce bottles. And I'm gonna blame Audra for this influence, but like when she started talking about them, it was like, it's like hot sauce in your bag, as Beyonce put it in the lexicon. The glosses are kind of cute. So the gloss set, it's 5 plumping high shine glosses, pepper infused to give you the perfect pout and that Tapatio feel. Maybe you lost me there. In clear, neutrals, reds, and berries. The 2 eyeshadow palettes are both $14 each. They don't really read spicy to me. Like, they seem, it's like they tried, but not really. They didn't really get there. But it's also at Ulta. So those glosses, I'm considering it. I know. Who the fuck am I sitting here saying I'm considering tiny bottle hot sauce glosses that are plumping, and I don't like plumping glosses. I don't know. I like hot sauce and I think it's kind of cute, and I guess I want to reward them for that. I don't make any sense. But I'm gonna give this to a collab with someone not known for their makeup, because I mean, whoever thought I would be saying I'm interested in a Tapatio lip gloss. And now we have Ofra. Ofra has done this empowered collection. So it looks like, hold on one moment please. So the empowered collection, there's a signature palette for $32, and then there are liquid eyeshadows for $15 each. They have a code BFF2020 for 35% off of their entire site. I feel like there's always some kind of code that has at least 20% off for Ofra. Like, no, I don't want it. Okay, here's the thing. There's greens, of course, and there's like that chartreusey, pukey, acidic, somewhere between yellow and green. I don't fucking need it, and I also just don't trust the quality of Ofra's eyeshadows. And y'all, okay, if you haven't been here before, I don't like liquid eyeshadows. I think they are a waste of money. Do I still fall in the trap sometimes and buy them? Yes, but I'm trying really hard not to unless they look super, super, super special. And these just look metallic. Yes, there's a green, and my green loving heart taps a little for it, a little bit, but taps, pitter patters, I don't know, whatever. But no, we can't. No. Here's the thing. Yes, I'm going to give this to Pretty Embossing Basic Palette because Ofra does the little embossing and it looks pretty theoretically, but like the color that's embossed is also super basic, and I wish all of the shimmers or all of the shadows across the board were embossed. So that's gonna be that. Even more skincare. Nudestix. Yes, that Nudestix has released skincare, or is releasing skincare. It looks like they're releasing 6 items. There is a clean balm and makeup melt. There is a glow, I call it glow toner. There's a hydrogel face cleanser. There's a mask and daily moisturizer, and a detox micro peel. Here's what I didn't say in all of those names that exist in almost all of those names. Citrus, lemon, orange. Yeah, their skincare is full of citrus. The Lemonade Detox and Glow Micro Peel, the Citrus C Mask and Daily Moisturizer, the 5% Citrus Fruit and Glycolic, wow, I cannot say that. the 5% Citrus Fruit and Glycolic Glow Toner, and the Citrus Clean Balm and Makeup Melt. Citrus does not belong in your skincare. I'm not a skincare professional. You can tell me to fuck right off and that I'm wrong. But many skincare professionals and estheticians have said that citrus oils and citrus, generally speaking, in skincare is a bad move. Obviously there's vitamin C, but that's a kind of different animal. But more than anything, I'm just so fucking tired of seeing all of these makeup brands jump into the skincare game. Nudestix never even, to my minuscule knowledge of their brand, never even talked about like, oh, they're doing skincare infused makeup or anything. Like, I really feel like this is out of left field. Like, it's very much like, we want your money. Give us your money. Give us your money. We gave you skincare. Give us your money. No. Fuck you. Like, I don't even give you my money for your makeup. Why do I care about your skincare? Oh, I don't. Okay. So yeah, even more skincare. Now I'm gonna drink like the third time for that spot alone. Oh bitch, another brand that wants your money and might deserve it more than Nudestix, at least. Pat McGrath. Pat McGrath has their Celestial Divinity Holiday Collection. Now this includes an 18 pan palette, that's $78. Then we have 3 of her quads, and I believe, you know what, let me not guess, let me look. So the quads are $58. The lipsticks, they have 2 new lipsticks, I believe. They are $48 each. Whoa, I did not, no. Okay, sorry, I had a moment there. And the highlighter is $65. And then looks like there's lots of little like minis and duos. Okay, so Pat McGrath is definitely like, here's the thing with Pat McGrath. I always fluctuate between like being like, I respect it, I respect the artistry, I respect what you're doing with textures and finishes that aren't really totally hitting. Wow, I'm sorry y'all, that was there the whole time. Okay, my apologies. Like really hitting maybe a style of makeup that we're not seeing in Sephora. And then at the same time, I'm like, yeah, but you're doing things with textures and finishes that indie brands have been doing for a long time, and you're charging way more money. And I'm not saying, I am not here to say that it's not worth spending the money or that Pat McGrath line should not be that expensive, because I don't have time to unpack why that's racist. And probably didn't even, maybe you shouldn't have even thrown it into here, because you're probably like, what? We can talk about that another day. But she charges what she charges. Now, a lot of people were like, oh my god, she's offering something affordable. It's 18 shades for $78. I mean, I do think that there is a validity in opening up your product line to be accessible to more people. Now, there's also like original long-term fans that are annoyed because the 18 pan palette, 12 of those 18 shades were from the Star Wars. I literally just said Starburst. I would buy Starburst themed makeup, maybe not, I don't know. But the Star Wars release, I think from last year, and there are 6 new shades. There's all these different sides to the conversation. One is like, for those that missed out on the Star Wars release because I heard it was a shit show, here's an option. For those that want to try Pat at a lower price, or like at a lower price point but not an affordable price point, there's these options, blah 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 blah. Just across the board, I just don't connect with this release. The 18 pan palette, I do think it's pretty, but it's tones that I'm not like a, I don't know, a rich jewel toned autumnal kind of color story. The quads are pretty. Of course, Miss Makeup Siren Alicia made them all look gorgeous. In particular, the purple pink quad. And then the highlighter literally looks like a gold hockey puck. It's really thick. I've heard it's really heavy, and it's like a screw top, so it's not a compact. So there's part of that that makes me go like, oh no, but I would love like a really pretty compact to be able to open up and use the mirror and like. So yeah, I don't know why I told you so much about this collection. I'm sure you already know about it, but like, it's all a pass to me. The quads are not as exciting to me as some of her previous quads where she did all special shade formulas. So I don't know. And I know people have talked about like the packaging on the big palette being kind of cheap feeling and the sticker peeling off. There's a sticker on the cover, and yeah, there's so much to it where I'm like, I understand I understand doing what they did as a brand in terms of opening up the brand to more people, but I also wonder, like, I wonder if that choice and the way they did it is keeping within, I guess, like the soul of the brand, if we wanted to be all like touchy-feely about it. So, you know, I'm gonna call it same shit new packaging, because Pat in particular is really bad about reusing shades. Some of the shades in the quads are reused, re-released ones. So it's kind of the same shit new packaging situation for me. But I mean, for everyone that loves it, if you've already bought it and you're loving it, I'm so happy you love it. But just not. I want to get so excited about Pat McGrath, and I want, like, seriously, if she released a tin pan, like all special shades with like her trichrome, multichromes, and her glittery shades and all of that, I would be tempted. But this release in particular, this holiday collection, didn't hit the mark for me. Well, we've gotten our requisite ColourPop spot on the bingo card. So ColourPop has released a 9-pan that's an Ulta exclusive, I believe, called the Orante palette. That's 9 kind of autumnal shades. I'm actually gonna say something that you might be shocked to hear. It's not for me, but I don't hate it. Okay, here's the problem. Here's why I got deceived. Here's why I got deceived. Because there's, of course, there's a beige. Why? A beige. But there's a mustard. And then there's like a shimmery orange. And then a matte orange. And then like a brown and a black and 2 reddish tones. I realize now that the 4 oranges, like the orange and orange browns, look very similar. But at first I was like, oh, there's a red and there's a black and there's an orange and there's a brown and there's a mustard and there's a beige. Huh, that's a pretty that's a 9-pan with something going on there. But once I looked at it more, I'm like, you're deceptive. ColourPop, you are a deceptive one. No, I do not like that photo. So I'm not shopping from ColourPop. If it's like, if you're new here, I'm just not. There's many reasons and similar, and I don't want to just like drop another little plink of like, wait, what are you talking about in this conversation, as I did with Pat McGrath. So I'm just gonna say I'm not shopping from them currently, and this doesn't tempt me. This doesn't make me want to like consider something different. It just feels like a pretty basic fall palette, autumnal palette, that is probably made up of a bunch of shades they've already released. So yeah. Speaking of ColourPop, I've talked about before how I feel like ColourPop fucks over every collab they get. They do a shitty job with it. And it makes me sad and whatever, capitalism, blah, 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 blah. We just landed on another brand that has done it before and is doing it again. Scotty London has a collaboration coming out with Miss Piggy. Scotty London needs to back the fuck off. First, they fucked up and ruined Jessica Rabbit. Now, they've released a Miss Piggy collab that's also fucking sad. I adore Miss Piggy. Being a fat girl, growing up, Miss Piggy is a shit. That's all I'm gonna say. And Jessica Rabbit was maybe a sexual awakening for me in cartoon form, but that's probably another conversation for a different video. But they fucked up that Jessica Rabbit collaboration, and this does not look any better. There is a 9-pan palette, there is a face palette, there is a hand mirror that looks cheap as shit, and a couple of lipsticks. Honestly, if they had done something special with that hand mirror, I would have been like, here's my money, take it, I want it. But they didn't. They put a square hand mirror and probably slapped a print on the cover. You know what I'm saying. It looks not quality. And the palette, like, I don't think the colors really make it for me. And I even think the face palette, I don't really know what they're trying to do with those colors. And obviously, like, Miss Piggy isn't necessarily like a makeup icon, but how do you do a collaboration with Miss Piggy and not do lashes? How do you do a collaboration with Miss Piggy and not have something sparkly happening in there? Oh, and there's a pink beauty sponge. Like, it's just sad. It's fucking sad. Yeah. So, I'm not into it at all. At all. And Ciate continues to be easy to ignore. Or annoying, and I have to ignore them. One or the other. Whatever. Let's have a palette cleanser from that cash grab bullshit. From that boring makeup release with some eyeshadows from NBA Cosmetics. They are labeling them as multichromes. From first look, if I'm gonna be fucking particular, which I am, they're more like duochromes, but I'm still, what was that? I thought there was more than 4 shades, but the image that I'm seeing is 4 shades. There's this like blue purple kind of shadow. There's this green that probably has like a reddish base, but like a really like alien green shift to it. And then there's like a lime to grass green, and then like this orangey red one. They were quite pretty, and I think they're offering them as pressed and loose options, which I'm always going to go with the pressed option, even though I theoretically know how to press multichromes, or I could figure it out thanks to folks like Faces by Gina and Makeup Martez, but I don't want to. So yeah, I would probably buy them pressed. I've never bought from NBA Cosmetics, and I've been kind of tempted, and this just, they're on my radar. Let's just say that. I don't think I'm gonna buy any right now, but not that I need more makeup, but Black Friday is always coming, so who knows. Yeah, so we are going to call that all the multichromes. That's a funny one. More multichromes, trichromes. Natasha Denona, Miss Denona, as Tina Fancy Faced has so perfectly coined. I actually don't know if she coined it, but anyway, I love Tina. But Natasha Denona has released a triochrome palette for holidays. This is a 15-pan palette. It's one of her biggins. It's her $129 palette. It has 3 triochrome shadows and then 12 other shadows. I think there's like only a few shimmers in there besides the triochromes. Now, everyone is losing their fucking mind over this palette. And I'm kind of right in the middle. Like, I saw greens and I saw purples and I was just like, oh, fuck me up, Natasha. And then I really started looking at the swatches and the palette, and I was just like, you know what? I am going to wait for reviews rather than be somebody that buys it to review and play with. It's $129. It is launching, I think, in the midst of the VIB sale, but I'm just not quite sold, and I would rather wait. If it gets good reviews, maybe try to catch it on an even better sale. I also, right before Cleona closed their store to reset everything up, I might have put in an expensive order with them. Whew. So I have Multichromes and other versions of their stained glass shadows coming to me hopefully December. So I'm trying to just wait for those and see what happens. On one hand, I am kind of intrigued to see what this palette looks like, and I'm hoping for the best, but I also don't really trust, I don't know, like I don't trust Natasha Denona's Photoshop swatches. Everyone's photoshopping swatches these days, so it's not just that brand. But I want to see people play with it. I want to see what people think. If this had been a $65 palette, one of her smaller ones, I would have picked it up. Even if she had said, you know what, it has to be 75 because of the multi-chromes or something. I probably would have been one of those people that bought it right away. But I don't actually think, from the few swatches I've seen, that they look that multi-chromatic or triochromatic. And it really just doesn't, I don't know, I'm just not as like, I'm not as super duper impressed with it as I want it to be. So yeah, I'm gonna say that that's a Catfish product because I feel like she's brought us in with the idea of triochromes, but really only given us 3, and the swatches of them didn't look that far off from duochromes. Let's just say that. Okay, y'all. It's freaking bats! Shroud Cosmetics collaborated with Butte Bean to release a 9-pan palette titled It's Freaking Bats. This color story is gorgeous. Trappa and Handbook, my green heart, soul. What? Whoa. Okay, this color story is beautiful. Trappa and Handbook, my like chartreuse acid green heart just went through the roof over that. The purples, even the deeper teals. It's 9 shadows. There are 5 shimmers and 4 mattes. Love that proportion. Love the colors that they picked out. It's $35, and basically it's on a standing pre-order. So they did a pre-order that sold out like in a minute flat. And I think the original concept, which I will say Shroud could have communicated better, but I think the original concept was have a pre-order and then have a launch date, and then at launch date there would be more to buy. But because the pre-order sold out so quickly and the reaction was rude, people were fucking rude to Betty Jean and to Shroud. That's my opinion on that. They could have communicated better, but people were still being fucking rude. But because of that, they opened it up to just a standing pre-order. So basically it seems like Shroud, the owner, Chloe, it's a one person, a one woman show. She's just like, I guess probably just like making and shipping and making and shipping. This is my assumption. But that's what standing pre-order means. Like you can order it and then she will send it out when it's ready. Now the downside to that is that might be 2 months or that might be 3 months. That's where it gets a little weird, a little gray area. But in terms of color story, I am so into this. I have looked at Shroud for years when they were originally Shroud Cosmetics. I remember I've heard so much about the Creepy Cute. I've heard good things about the Divinity. They had the Arcana. And I knew they were doing singles, but they had kind of a very limited amount. And then at one point in time, they finally rolled out Creepy Cute as singles, but it was more expensive than the palette, and I just felt kind of weird, and I was just like, I don't know. Everything just felt kind of weird, but I wanted to try them because I heard amazing things. Anyway, this palette is such a beautiful blend of like brights and deep tones and pastels and shimmers and mattes that it just felt like the perfect starter palette for Shroud for me. I didn't want to talk about this too soon because I don't want to like jinx it, I guess. But supposedly I'm getting this palette in PR. I know. Okay, I'm sorry. It's the second thing ever, the second brand ever that would send me something. So I don't have anything confirmed in terms of like shipping information, but I'm very, very excited. And I would have I had full plans on grabbing this at pre-order, and then I got the email and then I lost my absolute ever-loving shit. So you will see looks with this palette. And also, I didn't even say another reason why this palette is like a perfect starter palette for me with Shroud is the palette is magnetic. So you can pop out the pans and use them as singles or rearrange or whatever you want. And if more brands would at least start offering that as an option, like you can buy a glued in palette for this price, or we have magnetized palettes for this price. Like for me, I would pay a bit more to be able to do that. So I'm very excited for the palette. Congratulations to Betty Jean and to Shroud for having an amazing launch, like with the pre-order. And I'm just very, very hopeful that everything goes as smooth as it can moving forward. And you know, I do hope that for Shroud this is like a way to kind of seed like future launches and things. I don't know, I just think it's fucking amazing to see an indie brand like get all of this positive attention, and I know there was negative attention with it too, but y'all need to chill the fuck out. So next up we have Kimchi Chic Beauty. Kimchi Chic has been adding a bunch of products to their lineup, and right now we're talking about bronzers. So it looks like they have added 6 bronzers, and they are all like, I went to Venice, I went to Miami, and I guess they're the Thaler collection, like sailor but with a lisp. Correct me if I'm wrong. I really like Kimchi as a drag queen, but I actually don't follow as much. There's 6 colors. They look really green. Like 3 in this picture look very green. I don't know. So the packaging is super fucking cute, very much like Too Faced, Love Flush, Heart blushes. These actually look even cuter because they're like dimensional. Like they look like they have, instead of being a little flatter, they're more like a chubby little like heart thing. I don't know. They're cute. The colors are weird though. Kimchi has one, well, okay, they have actually 2 things now. They have a yellow and green palette, and they have some new heart blushes that I have my eye on, and a freckle pen. But I've heard really, really hit or miss things about the quality. So I don't need any more bronzers, and these don't really call to me in that way. And we probably won't talk about it today because we've already talked a lot, but the heart blushes, the split pan heart blushes, they do something to me. They make me very curious, and I might one day finally pick up 1 or 2 of those blushes. But for now, it just feels all very like major copycat vibes, old Too Faced, and I'm not really sure how I feel about it. And I don't quite trust the quality because I just don't know. Okay, speaking of major copycat vibes, Makeup Revolution, surprise, surprise, has released a collection metallics with 2 X's that's like a dripping in gold release. It looks like there's an eyeshadow palette that's 15 shades. They look like they're baked because they're all domed, kind of like pyramids. And there's like a gold face mask, and then there's some body shimmer things. I just don't care. A shadow palette, a mask, 2 different, a pink and a gold elixir, a body luxe suspense, and a body luxe chronicle, and a gold fixing mist. I just don't care. I really don't care. yeah, I don't care. I mean, it's a super basic neutral palette. I just don't care. Okay, y'all. This might make some of you mad. The way I already know how I'm gonna label it. But let's just talk. Let's talk about the Black Moon Cosmetics Urban Myth palette. Now, this kind of got revealed right around the time we were talking about the It's Freaking Bats and that being kind of hinted at and then revealed, and a lot of other bullshit Halloween releases by like Makeup Revolution, and then some indie brands that felt like they were just doing private label stuff, but Halloween. There's not necessarily anything bad about that. I just wasn't really into it. So the Urban Myth palette from Black Moon Cosmetics. So Black Moon has been a brand that like I've been very intrigued by, and I was super happy to see them get picked up by Ulta, but then they didn't really release anything. They weren't really releasing things. They did those Half Moon palettes, but I kind of hated the packaging and the pan size and all this. And then they were just like radio silent. And I think this kind of got hinted at maybe last year and probably got delayed for any number of reasons that happens with indie brands. So when I saw it come back and I saw the cover, it was just like, oh my gosh, that might be the thing that I finally buy from Black Moon. Like, I wanted to try them. I'm not much of a liquid eyeshadow person. I'm not a liquid lipstick person. I was like, oh, this might be the one. And then the inside was shown. Don't burn me at the stake. Please don't burn me at the stake. But this is a rainbow palette. I know it's not exactly a rainbow palette. There's not an orange. And like, there's like a weird browny yellow green. But it's kind of a rainbow palette. Like, I'm hiding because I feel like people are gonna like crucify me. Maybe you won't. I don't know. But so it's 5 shimmers, 5 mattes. They're all named after urban myths. Area 51, Boogeyman, Mothman, Crop Circles. If you look at the name and the color they've assigned to that name, they make sense. And the half shimmer, half matte totally makes sense. I like those proportions at least. But as a whole, the colors don't feel like urban myth. I think I would have expected the purple to either be deeper or more like muddy, the blue to be deeper, maybe the shimmers to be more, theoretically, I'm not actually like a big sci-fi horror kind of person, but I feel like I could even do something better than what they did. I wanted to be like, here's my money, take it, give me that palette, I want it now. And I just wasn't. It just didn't do it, y'all. And I don't really know. I mean, okay, here's the other part of it, is that if they did what I think would have fit the theme better, I don't know if I would have wanted it either, because it might have been too deep and too grungy for me. But I think I kind of wanted them to like make a statement and like do this thing. And when I saw the exterior of the palette, it like signified so many things, and then it wasn't there. If you are super in love with the palette and it's on your wish list, or you've already bought it and you're loving using it, prove me wrong. Totally prove me wrong. I want to see your looks with it. Tag me, DM me, whatever. Because there's no promise that I won't buy it. Theoretically. But right now, it just kind of feels like another rainbow palette that's not that great. And on that note, I've hit bingo. If you enjoyed this video, if you have alternate opinions about any of these products, like, let me know in the comments. I want to hear why you are totally in love with the product that I was like, I don't fucking care about it. Or let me know why you hate or are totally like anti-hauling a product that I was like, I want to give it to me now. Like, y'all always give me, you always give me things to think. Wow. You always give me things to think about, and I appreciate them. As I say all the time, if for some reason you haven't seen Theresa's channel, you don't know Theresa is dead, I have her channel, her video linked in the description box. Fucking go over there, watch her video, like it, subscribe. I feel like the cat on the keyboard that's just... I guess I am more drunk than I thought I was. I hope y'all enjoyed that. If you did and you're not yet subscribed, you should go ahead and do that. Click the subscribe button. I have a whole vlogmas kind of planning. I'm not saying it's all going to be as entertaining as this is, but I'm going to try. But I also can't be drunk for 25 to 31 days straight. Some of y'all might be able to live that life, but I cannot. Anyway, thank you so much for spending a bit of your day with me. I hope this was entertaining or fun, or you enjoyed it, or I'm saying all the time. Anyway, thank you so very much for spending a bit of your day with me. Thank you for hanging out while I acted an absolute mess. And if you're new here, anyway, I just rambled for way too long trying to do this outro and being different and unique, but I'm just gonna say what I normally say. Please take care of yourself. Stay safe out there, friends. Wear a mask, social distance, get a voting plan in place, and perhaps subscribe if you enjoyed this. Thank you so very much for spending a bit of your day with me. Hopefully I will see you again real soon. Bye, friends. Mwah.